Welcome to week 5 of the Let's Play Summer Blockbuster. This week we get to choose what game we play, for whatever reason. I chose Rocket Knight Adventures for Sega Genesis on Crazy Hard difficulty. I am using the European version of this game because that was the version I had. I did not know that you could access Crazy Hard on the US version without using the little code, so I had to make sure it was okay to use the little input sheet at the beginning of the game to unlock it. But I didn't find out that that hard on the US version is pretty much the same as Crazy Hard on the European and Japanese versions until after I asked permission. So I just went ahead and went with the European version. PAL, I believe it is. I chose Rocket Knight Adventures because I'm a huge Genesis fan, and this is one of the 4 games I played consistently, or constantly, whatever, on the Sega Genesis. The other 3 were Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one, Shining Force, and Shining Force 2. This is one of 2 of those that I played early into the morning on school night as a kid. The other one was Shining Force Legacy Great Intention. So, yeah. I always found this game pretty fun. I didn't know until recently that the designer, I forget his name, is the same guy who designed Contra 3, Contra Hardcore, and Contra Shattered Soldier. It wouldn't really matter if I knew his name or not, because I probably couldn't pronounce it. I'm not very good at pronouncing names unless I hear them said. Hear somebody say them at least maybe once or twice. Especially Japanese names, so. Or foreign names, I should say, because I'm not used to hearing names like that, and it'd be kind of easy to get screwed up. So, I always liked Sparkster, the main character in this, more than Sonic, for 2 reasons. Well, more than 2 reasons. Quite a few reasons, actually. You cannot beat a knight with a jetpack unless it's a possum knight with a jetpack. And this is what disturbs me about Sonic. Sparkster here is a Rocket Knight is a rodent, a possum, in a suit of armor with a jetpack on his back. Now, I don't know how much the armor weighs. I know there is light armor, but I know jetpacks gotta weigh at least a bit. So, now, look at Sonic. He's a hedgehog who wears shoes. Other than that, he's practically naked. My question is, how the hell can Sparkster still swim very well with all this stuff on him? And Sonic sinks like a rock. It makes no sense whatsoever. Not only that, Sparkster can fly. He can match Sonic's speed dash because he has a rocket pack. So, oh yeah, this part is actually kind of fun. It can be tricky sometimes too, but usually you can just duck. Go as far as you can, duck, and wait for it to blow over. Let's see. I do know that Rocket Knight Adventures had 2 sequels. Technically, they are both named Sparkster one for the Genesis and one for the Super Nintendo, but I haven't played either one of them. I do know there are two completely different games, and if I were to choose to play one and not the other, I would probably choose the Genesis version, and that's because I've always been more of a Sega fanboy, more than Nintendo. I mean, Super Nintendo is awesome, don't get me wrong, but I always liked Sega, I don't know why. Might be biased because it's the first system I ever owned, but yeah. I am doing this post-commentary, so you might not be able to tell I like the game, but whatever. I don't record commentary whenever people are awake around me because they normally bug me. And like the other day, I tried to record a commentary and somebody called my name and ruined the recording. So yeah. No, I know you can beat this guy without him ever going to the spiders, because if you deal enough damage, he'll just skip them. But I never had the timing down for that. So I just do this old-fashioned way and destroy the spiders. I pretty much... This is basically the easiest strategy to beat him. If you duck, for some reason it's whack you in the head and it doesn't touch you. I don't understand that. I have not played on Crazy Hard before this. I played maybe 3 hours worth, trying to at least get to a certain point. After I did that, I just said screw it and took the last recording I had, because I beat the boss I wanted to beat, who is a pain in the ass if not done correctly. Especially when you're trying to not get hit. In other words, you're playing on Crazy Hard, because if you get hit, you're dead. You have no continues, you start with one life, and that's the one you're using. I'm sure with plenty more practice, I could beat the game on Crazy Hard difficulty. I don't think I could without taking any damage unless I played for months. But I have other games to play, so... I read somewhere that this is called a raccoon, the little robot thing. I always called him a clown. Mistake number one right there. Number one coming up. But yeah, I always considered him a clown because of the big red nose. Maybe that's just stereotype or something, I don't know. I always called him a clown bot. See, that was just stupid. After this, I don't die until the end, so don't worry about that. The last one, I don't think I could have avoided. If I could have, it would have been using a jetpack, so... whatever. I caught a rocket pack earlier, for some reason. This game actually has a pretty good story to it, but it's only in the manual. So people who don't usually read the game manuals would not know about it. Pretty much Sparkster and another one named Axel Gear, who is the guy you saw a little bit ago, to kidnapping Princess Sherry. I don't remember the king's name, but yeah. It's been forever since I read the manual. I had this game when I was like 4 years old, so... I'm going to try to look for another copy when I can get some adequate funds going. I still have my Genesis. I can play this, I'm pretty sure. I always prefer using a controller over the keyboard, or playing on the actual TV than an emulator when I can. That's why I still play games like Sonic the Hedgehog on the actual console, or games that I actually own on the actual console. Most of the games I do play on the emulator I had on at one point, but a bunch of my games got stolen when I was like 11. I know where my Super Nintendo went, but nobody will believe me, unfortunately. This is the boss that can be a huge pain. Mainly because of its pattern, and if you don't use the jetpack, you're pretty much screwed. Because he makes it to where no matter where you are on one side of the screen, when he goes over there, you're done. Except for right here, because when you hit him, you get temporary invincibility. That's when they're flashing or whatnot. That works with every enemy in the game, which makes this game at least a little easier, and goodbye. I got past him twice. The first time I didn't even reach the second stage boss because I don't know, actually. My fingers just kept hitting the wrong buttons. I guess I forgot which one was jump, which one was attack. That felt very... that was pretty embarrassing. I should have kept that just to laugh at myself. I died at one of the easiest parts in the game. Let's see. I was actually disappointed that I could not reach the lava level. I probably could have if I fought the boss again. But that's pretty much my favorite level in the game. I've not beaten this game, but I've gotten, I think, halfway through it. I'll probably... I hear a frog. I'll probably let's play this game myself, not just for the competition. But yeah. I made it to the third form of the boss. Oh wait, never mind, this part coming up here is the easiest, because all you gotta do is head to the bomb and swim straight through. They make it actually look kind of difficult because of the changing spikes and whatnot. What other games did this guy make? I don't remember. I do know that this game is actually kind of like Contra because the enemies and you actually shoot a blade, an energy blade or whatever from your sword. The enemies don't spawn from behind you usually, so that's no big deal. It actually has some side-scrolling shooter parts. I guess it's pretty much they mix a whole bunch of different kind of levels in the game, but it works. It all fits in strangely. Even at some point you control a giant pig robot to fight Axel Gear. I have no idea how they managed to make that work, but they did. It's not taking away from the enjoyment of the game, it actually adds to it. How the hell do you do that? It's like you're taking every style of platforming that you can think of and even some new ideas, mix them all together and put them in one game. This is Rocket Knight Adventures, and it works very well. I do know that back then, in the mid to late 90s, this game was very underrated. And when everybody who played the game as a kid started getting on the internet and whatever, reviews started popping up, and it's not underrated as much anymore. I mean, people still treat Sonic better than Rocket Knight Adventures, which I think is wrong. Sonic is a one-trick pony for the most part, at least in the first game. Second game, okay, but You do have to be patient sometimes, but if you ever jump the gun in Rocket Knight Adventures, you're pretty much going to die, especially if you're on crazy hard. I actually think this is my favorite platformer of all time. I could be wrong. I know I mentioned one before, but whatever. That might have been Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but this actually beat Sonic 2. I need to play the freaking sequel to this. Now this little part of the battle takes very long because I play very safely. Because I do not have the pattern down. I pretty much have trouble with patterns when it revolves around something that small. Yeah, I hit those little red bitty balls. That didn't sound right. But okay. In order to cause damage, and if they touch you, you're pretty much dead. So this is the easiest way to do it. Just go to the right, go to the left, until he stops swinging, go to the right, charge up, and spin when he throws the second arm at you. I think it's his left arm. And just repeat. I'm not very good. I think I did pretty well, considering I hadn't played crazy hard on before this week. And I got to the boss I wanted to within 15 minutes. So, yeah. This goes to about 18 minutes, 30 seconds. So please bear with me, you couldn't. If you're still watching anyway. I'm going to keep playing this game. I'm going to try to at least finish it on regular difficulty. Then I'll move back up to hard and crazy hard. No, wait. I'll be on hard and I'll play on very hard and then crazy hard. And I will most likely LP this one day. And I'll do it live because maybe by then I can play the game and focus enough while I'm doing the commentary to not die. That's the only hope I have for this game. If not, I can just play on normal and do live commentary that way. Now this is where I screwed up. I can dodge these pretty easily until he gets real up close. I probably could have charged jetpack and shot upwards, but I'm not sure if that would have worked too well. See right there. Anyways, this has been week 5, the Let's Play Summer Blockbuster. I'm How22, and see ya.